I'm here near the corner of American Boulevard and Biotech Way at the end of American Boulevard on De Pere's west side. Today, we're going to learn all about the City of De Pere engineering. Welcome to the Mayor's Corner. I'm Mayor James Boyd. In each episode of the Mayor's Corner, we plan to take you to explore a different part of the City of De Pere as we discuss the latest happenings in our city. Plus, we'll take a behind-the-scenes look at various areas of city government. Most of all, we want to show you all there is to celebrate about the City of De Pere. We're here near the corner of American Boulevard and Biotech Way at the end of American Boulevard on De Pere's west side. A major city project is underway here as Georgia Pacific expands and American Boulevard is extended. All of what we see behind us requires the work of our guest today, City Engineer Eric Rakers. Eric oversees a staff of 6 people who work hard to maintain our streets, sewers, and water systems. Engineering worries about both the surfaces and what is underground, with the staggering number of intricate connections that keep our community's homes, businesses, parks, and schools in good working order. Thanks for joining us today, Eric.
Hey, thanks for having me, Mayor. I always love to talk about engineering.
Oh, that's great. I love that enthusiasm. First, Eric, could you give us a bit of a background in your role? How did you get into engineering and working in public works? How did you get in your role for the city?
Okay, so I graduated with a degree in civil engineering, and then prior to working for the city, I worked for a local municipality doing sewer, storm sewer, sanitary sewer. But then I spent quite a few years working at a consultant, and as a consultant I did basically municipal engineering for a lot of smaller municipalities. So I was able to get hired by the City of De Pere back in 2010, and I've been doing the city engineer position since then.
Well, that is just great. How big is the engineering division and what kind of work does it face each and every day?
Okay, so the engineering department consists of 2 full-time engineers, one of them being me. We've got 5 engineering technicians, and then during the summer we also have 4 engineering aides, which are summer students going to school for engineering that we hire. And then from a project standpoint, City of De Pere, it's a great place to work, unique. We do all kinds of projects from downtown reconstructs, which are really complicated, to new type developments such as American Boulevard here, where we're extending the road for new construction. So and then stormwater. So we really see a gamut of everything.
So it encompasses a lot. So you work within the Public Works Department, and how do you as a city engineer work with other areas of De Pere Public Works and even other city departments outside of Public Works? What kind of collaboration has to happen to make something like this go?
Yeah. So the engineering department, we work with a lot of different departments in the city. You mentioned we work with the street department. Well, we work with them on a daily basis. Televising sewers, checking the conditions of streets. If they notice there's a break or something wrong, they come and talk to us. So we work with them really closely. But even outside of that, we help parks with building things in the parks by bidding them and overseeing construction. We work with the fire department. Just recently there was a news article on the local television stations about the dry hydrants that were installed along the Fox River Trail. We assisted with that. With the police department, if they've got speeding complaints, they talk to us. We'll set our traffic counters out, which document speed. Determine, hey, is there truly a speeding issue? If so, when is it occurring, so they can pinpoint doing speed checks during the times that people are speeding the most. And then even as far as the health department, when they had their COVID mask giveaway, we helped set up our message boards and notify the public through our message boards. So we work with everybody Some on a daily basis, some a little less, but we work with a lot of different departments at the city.
Wow, another thing that you do as well too is I think you're on the parking and traffic committee. So
Yes.
if residents or alderpersons have concerns about, traffic or parking issues of that nature, they would then connect either with me or alderpersons, or also can connect with your office, correct?
Oh, absolutely. Anytime there's any issues related to signing, traffic signals, wanting a crosswalk, speeding, they can always contact me. We discuss it at Parking and Traffic, which again brings in the police department, the planning department, the legal department, because they all sit on that team with me. So, that's how we'd handle that.
And we have a pretty decent presence on social media, and I know your department does a good job advertising when stuff is going on or what to look out for. So maybe you want to go a little bit into that, how you inform the public of projects going on.
Yeah, from a website standpoint, there's an engineering section, and we list all our projects. We provide an overview for the entire city of the projects that are coming up that year. We even have a 5-year map of projects we think are going to occur. And then we also provide weekly updates where we put out a memo to the elected officials and other entities in the city, and then we post that on our website. So if you have a project occurring in front of your house, you can get an idea of what's going on. We provide a lot of different information. Our contact information is on there in case you need more.
Cool. Now, as you can tell, this is kind of an active work site right now, and this is the stuff that the city does, and this is something we're very excited about. So, and you've been very involved with this. So, what does the engineering division workload look like in summer versus winter, spring, fall? What does engineering do in various seasons to maintain city services and assist residents?
Yeah. So let's start out with the time of year we're in now, summer. Summer, as everybody knows out in the public, because they see all the orange barrels and have to deal with the disruptions, that's construction season. So really, almost all of our staff...
And that's where you lose friends, right? Yeah.
But hopefully by the end of the year, we've made
You're
it
all
back.
happy and stuff, yeah.
This time of year, everybody's out with construction, managing the projects. We're dealing with resident complaints, addressing that. As we roll into fall, we're starting to wrap up our projects. When they're done, we have to go out and survey everything we built because it needs to go on our GIS so we can update and provide the information to the public. We can do our locates for Digger's Hotline.
GIS?
Yep, Geographical Information System, sorry.
Okay.
And for those of you who look at our website, it's also called DIME because you can see where our utilities are and sanitary store, things
Very
like that.
impressive feature. That,
Yeah, it is.
That
It's very
people
nice.
can access, yeah.
But anyway, so we have to update all those maps. But then we're also starting our survey for the next year. And then once the budget gets approved late fall, then starting late fall, we're doing design, and into winter, we're doing design. Winter, we also start bidding projects. And then we get to spring, and construction starts all over again, going through summer. So really, it's a continuous flow process, and staff is during, like I mentioned, now is construction, winter it's design, but they're always busy doing something.
So we have many contractors doing stuff right now. You're basically the general manager of everything going on, making sure things are on time. If there are issues, the city can step in and offer insight and assistance, correct?
That is absolutely correct. We are the construction managers. If you have complaints about a project, you call us. We make sure the contractor's following the plans and the specifications, things are getting built the way they're supposed to.
So if something is done and it's not done satisfactorily to your specs or even the residents' specifications, they can contact you and say, hey, maybe this should be done at least to fulfill the project of what the contractor said they were doing.
Absolutely.
Good.
And the other thing is, a lot of times we have someone right out on site. And we provide that information to residents so that they can contact that person directly, like one of our senior engineering technicians.
Great. So the residents know we have a lot of stuff going on both in the business parks and in residential all the time. So this is a very, very large undertaking. How does the engineering division prioritize projects or adjust its workload? How are priorities established, I guess, month by month and year by year?
So yeah, from a construction standpoint, we have two different things we look at. First, is there development occurring that we need to meet a construction deadline for a project such as this, or the cobblestone, or the Mulva site? We work with them to get our schedules to match their schedules. If we aren't dealing with the development side, we generally bid our projects that take longer, such as things with utility relays, street reconstructions. We'll bid those earlier in the year, and then projects such as the sidewalk program or mill and resurface that don't take the contractors long, we bid later in the year. So that's kind of how we look at it, is how long does it take to build it so that we can get it done in a construction year, and then on the private side, who do we need to match with to make our schedules match their schedules so we can get things open timely.
Very good. Sidewalks, you mentioned sidewalks, so you're involved with that as well too. Can you just briefly explain how the city goes about identifying sidewalks that may need repair?
Yeah, so the city is on an annual rotation for checking sidewalks. So the city's divided into 8 components. So once we're doing 1/8 of the city every year. We'll go in, inspect the sidewalks, look for things such as cracks, dips, raising, and the overall condition. And then we will send notices out to property owners because the sidewalk is the property owner's responsibility to maintain. Based on that criteria, they'll have until the beginning of July to make the repairs. If they don't, then we will make the repairs and then they get charged. But they get notifications and then we do a public publication in the paper. But yeah, we've got an active program because we need to keep sidewalks safe for pedestrians. And if there's a trip fall hazard, we need to document that and get those repaired. So yeah, it's a pretty active
And this is something
program.
we're very proud of. You look at other communities and you can walk around the neighborhoods and see how some of the sidewalks are in disrepair, but De Pere is very active. And being active, we have a sense of the fact that we are safe, and it's all about being safe. And I think by and large, I think residents buy into that and recognize the importance, not just for the safety of the citizens, but for the aesthetics of their property and maintaining that. So we're proud of that. Yeah, sidewalks is another important role that you have. Is there a way that citizens can see what projects are ongoing or coming soon? I know we mentioned, our Facebook and Instagram and our social media presence. Any way for citizens to stay in the loop on projects that may impact them?
Well, the best thing from a long-term standpoint is to go onto our website and take a look at the projects that are there. Generally, what we do is if we've got an upcoming project for the next year, we try to give a notification if there's going to be charges late the previous year. So if we were doing a project in 2023, we try to send out a notice late in 2022. Then we also have public information meetings. So in January, we invite all the people in for the various projects so that they can know about the project, have an understanding, get to meet staff, and have a point of contact. So that's really the best way to do it is, pay attention to your mail, come to our meetings if we invite you. We do offer virtual options now, so you can just go online, and then we also tape them so that they're there for the public after the fact in case you couldn't attend a meeting. But the best way, if you want to know what's going on 5 years from now, is to go onto our website and take a look at our maps.
Great. So check out our website, check out social media, stay in touch. They can connect with your office. And it's not just the people that are directly impacted by a construction project. It could be people around that area as well. So the more people know, the better we're off.
Yep, absolutely.
Information is very, very important. De Pere is a landlocked community, but that doesn't mean new developments aren't still happening. How is the engineering division involved when the community grows, be it in neighborhoods or in the business parks?
Well, yeah, you mentioned De Pere's landlocked and unique, but we've really got a big combination of things. I mentioned we got projects downtown we're reconstructing, such as we've got things going on by the Mulva Center. We're reconstructing streets for that. We've got the Cobblestone Hotel going up. We're coordinating alley projects for that. And then we've got the new development still occurring yet, such as this facility here and building the roads to make it work. Similarly on the east side, we've got Commerce Drive being extended this year for new development. So there's a lot of things still from a new development. We still have some new subdivisions going in, but then there's a lot of redevelopment like the Mulvas, like the Cobblestones that are occurring in the city. And we have to work closely because a lot of times they need new facilities. We want to upgrade the roads before they get in there so we don't have a brand new facility and then a year later we come in and fix the road. We try to time all those things together.
Yeah, and we're talking about the Reed Street rebuild in the alley, which is pretty exciting. It'll be done sometime in September. This is something the city's very proud of, and it'll involve both the private and the public and really enhance the alley in that Reed Street area. It's something we're pretty excited about.
Oh, absolutely. I think the alley's going to look really sharp when we're done. We're putting in pedestrian facilities for walking. We're putting in lighting. We're adding parking. And I think those businesses, the existing businesses, will have the opportunity to put in some outdoor seating if they choose to, upgrade their facades to make it, a nicer feel on the backside. And I think it's going to have a lot of
And the city will help assist them with the facades. We have grants that are available. So we're trying to make the backside look like the front, which I think they want, and I think the residents want. Adding more parking will be beneficial as well. So this is something we're proud of, and we'll probably see a little bit more over the next few years in different areas around the city.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's great. All right. right. Are there any major projects coming up? Obviously, we're standing at one that's going to be finished sometime soon, but anything in the near future?
Well, in the immediate future,
that you can announce.
Yeah, the immediate future, big project is obviously the Lewis Street reconstruction, which I briefly mentioned. We're going to be reconstructing Lewis Street starting later this year.
And that's right near the Malva, right
yep,
next to the
right
Malvas.
Next to the Malvas, from
Cultural
Broadway
Center, yep.
all the way to Ontario. There'll be quite a bit of disruptions. It's going to start this year and end early next year to time with the Malva site. Not quite as big of a project, but it will cause big disruptions. We are upgrading all our traffic signals at Reed and 4th, Reed and 5th, and Main and 4th. We're going to put new signals in there because it's still quite a while before the DOT is going to be coming in and reconstructing that. So the signals will be out. There'll be some detours and things like that coming up. And then, years out, 2024, 2025, we are looking to reconstruct Lawrence, south of the Shearing Road roundabout where the DOT left off several years ago, and continuing down through Fortune. And we're going to reconstruct that. Instead of having 4 lanes, we're going to go down to 3 lanes, 1 lane in each direction with a 2-way left turn lane in the middle. Upgrade that pedestrian crossing at the Preserve Trail, which is really a challenge right now because you got cars going 35 miles an hour and you're trying to cross 4 lanes of traffic. So yeah, we got some exciting things coming up.
I suppose you have zero involvement with the Southern Bridge and the I-41 corridor.
No, we'll have, luckily we're not the lead
nothing
designer,
going on, right?
No. But we will have, we've already been working with Brown County's consultant for the Southern Bridge. So there'll be a lot of involvement. We won't be the direct lead, which is good because, again, we design a lot of things. We design roads, but we don't design major roadway facilities such as that. There's a whole different set of standards.
It'll be exciting to be part of, correct?
Oh, absolutely.
There's going to be people coming in and organizations coming in.
Yeah, and we'll have probably some utilities we have to relay. It'll be really exciting for the community to get that in, to get some pedestrian facilities out there because we are having that trail alongside. So there's some exciting stuff that's going to happen with that.
Let's go backwards. So you've been at this for a while. Can you identify maybe the top 3 projects that you've been involved with over the years?
Well,
it's tough to narrow down, but you got to get to 3. So
3?
Yeah.
3. I'd have to give that some thought. But I can tell we talked. There's been a lot of discussion. We just recently completed the Walsh Plaza, which was really a unique, fun project. But really, I think the biggest for me is when we put in the roundabout at Lawrence and Main. It changed the whole feel of that area.
Sure.
We had that dilapidated building. We had McDonald's with a terrible entrance, people trying to make left turns they weren't supposed to. The traffic was difficult, and we were able to, and it took a lot of work. We worked, with the planning department, with the legal department, because we needed right-of-way. We had to work and time the project with the McDonald's redevelopment to get right-of-way from them, and the development of the Aldi site, and the DOT to get right-of-way from them for the roundabout, yet still get enough capacity in their park and ride, because that's the busiest park and ride in Northeast Wisconsin. We had to work with the festival group. So it was really a unique project, and I think when it was done, it changed that whole feel coming into the city. Traffic flow was really nice, so that's one of my most exciting, and I drive through it all the time, and I'm like, yeah, this works really good.
That's fascinating. It really, really made the residents' experience just that much better. It's
Yes.
stuff that they don't see and don't notice. They knew there were problems, but then when it's all said and done, now that we don't have problems, it's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it works really, really good.
That's just great. All right, there have been so many focuses on the engineering division, but we wanted to check back on a special project. In 2021, Michael J. Wolf Plaza was dedicated and opened to the public. The plaza revitalized the area between Broadway and Wisconsin Street along the side of the Union Hotel. Let's take a look back at the project 1 year later.
My gratitude to all those associated with this project, which has given people a peaceful area to be able to sit and relax in the heart of the city. From all of the Walsh family, we are truly honored to have you all here today. And the only thing left to say is, welcome to Michael J. Walsh Plaza.
That was a great look back. 1 year, the Walsh, Michael J. Walsh Plaza. We're very proud of this. What we'll do probably over the next month or so is we'll take a more in-depth look at the plaza. But before we do that, it's just awesome to see all the people there that are appreciating, the serene area that we have, enjoying lunch, enjoying dinner, the water wall, the wind wall, and just kind of just hanging out there. So this is something the city is very proud of, and we'll take another in-depth look at that later on. All right, thanks again, Eric, for all your work as city engineer. The work you do makes a big impact, not just on all the residents, but the business park and everyone as a city as a whole. We're very proud of all the work you've done, so you should be proud. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thanks, Mayor. Again, I really enjoy working for you in the city of De Pere. Great place to work. Really having a nice and really enjoy it. And nothing but good things to say.
That's great. Well, that means now you can't go anywhere. Thanks again, Eric, and thank you. And now to a few city updates. Voting will be underway again August 9th for the partisan primary. In a partisan primary, you must choose candidates from the same political party, Democratic, Republican, Libertarian, or Constitution, for each race on the ballot. Voting in more than one political party may invalidate your ballot selections. The dates for in-person absentee voting for the August 9th partisan primary election are as follows. Tuesday, July 26th through Thursday, July 28th, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Friday, July 29th, 7:30 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Monday, August 1st through Friday, August 5th, 7:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. In-person absentee voting is held in the clerk's office at City Hall, 335 South Broadway. Those voting absentee cannot turn in a ballot via the built-in drop box at City Hall. If you do not return your ballot by mail, you must deliver it personally to the clerk's office. We can no longer accept a ballot returned by a friend, neighbor, or family member. Absentee ballots must be returned to the clerk's office by 8 p.m. on Election Day. For more information, to register to vote, to see what is on your ballot, or to find your polling place, head to myvote.wi.gov. Finally, there's time to submit your best City of De Pere photo to our summer photo contest. We want to celebrate and showcase the beauty of all things De Pere. Photographers of all ages and abilities are invited to enter their best photos celebrating our community in the City of De Pere photography contest between May 18th, 2022 and August 31st, 2022 for a chance to win. The public voting period is August 19th through September 6th. Entering is easy and it's free. All photos entered into our contest will also become eligible for use in the Photo of the Day feature on City of De Pere social media platforms. If you're interested in submitting your photo or want to learn more, head to deperewi.gov and find the Photo of the Day selection. That's it for this episode of the Mayor's Corner. We'll see you again soon with another behind-the-scenes look at the City of De Pere. I'm Mayor James Boyd.